everybody. I'm Cassidy, one of your Indianapolis Colts cheerleaders, and you're watching the Bleav in Colts podcast.
Welcome back to Bleav in Colts. I'm Lawrence Owen. With me, as usual, is my guys Rodney McLeod and Jerraud Powers. And today we are breaking down the big Sunday matchup at 1 o'clock between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it, but the Colts got blanketed.
To play at home, though.
Yes. But I mean, good Lord, the Colts. We as a team have got something to prove in this game, right? At home. I mean, big time, because 24-0 is not a game that you want to watch. You know, as a fan, as a player, nothing like that. You got something to prove in this game. Am I right, Jerraud?
No, you definitely got something to prove, just like any other division game. But Jacksonville in particular, like we've said all summer, for whatever reason, they got our number. They play well versus, man. So, being blanketed, having a goose egg hung on us when we went down there, hopefully we can return the favor. And that's what I'm going to challenge Rodney and the defense to do. We went down there. They ain't let us put up no points. They coming up here. Let's try to hold them to 0.
That's what we on. That's what we on, man. We accept that challenge for sure. That's the mindset we need to have, man, is, don't allow them to gain an inch. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to be stingy. They're coming into our house and we got to protect it. And so, like y'all said, man, we have something to prove, most definitely. Prove it to ourselves, prove it to our fans, and prove it to, everybody else that's watching that, at the end of the day, man, what happened in Jacksonville won't happen again. And we're going to walk away with this win and do it in front of our fans and do it the right way. We got to get that bad taste out of our mouths, man. And it's embarrassing, to be honest, like what happened. So that pain, that everything we felt after that game, we got to go ahead and put it in a cup this week, man, and bring that to the game and what I'm saying, make sure that we keep that on our minds, and that's on our mind from start to finish, and walk away with this win.
I just want to remind everybody that football's back at Bet Online and remains your number one source for all your football betting needs this season. You'll find the latest odds, matchup info, player news, and game trends. As your continued source for all your sports wagering info, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, live scores, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports and events like Major League Baseball, MMA, tennis, boxing, even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 100% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code Bleav, that's BLEAV, to receive your rewards. Bet Online, where the game starts. I mean, legitimately, it was the worst game for all three phases of the Colts in that game. The offense did not put up a point. The defense gave up the most points they've given up all season, if I remember correctly, in 24. That's a game right now that is probably been on the mind of every player of the Colts. It's just been kind of lingering there, right? Granted, it's the next game every time, but when you suffer something like that, it kind of it does tend to linger. My thought is defensively, when you're walking into this game, something that Trevor Lawrence did a lot in this game was the short passing, right? And you guys, just completion, the short, quick passes. And defensively, you guys have really done a very good job of not only forcing the short completions, but being able to break on the route since that game. Jerraud and I had talked about that, about playing a little bit tighter, recognizing coverages and stuff like that. So, Jerraud, do you have anything you wanna talk about with this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be another defensive matchup. I think everybody kind of is on the same board now. When you watch Jacksonville's defense, this is not the defense of old. Like, they got a really, really good defense. They got some guys up front. They got a fast defense, some guys in the secondary that can break on the ball. Obviously, they shut us out the last time we played them, but when you watch them play against other teams, their defense has consistently been like the best unit that they have that's going on the field week in, week out. So I definitely think it's going to cause some not matchup problems, but just cause some issues within our offense with kind of what we got going on chemistry-wise, still trying to figure it out. But I think Rodney and those guys defensively going into this game, they're going to know we're going to have to defend every blade just like last game. We know it's going to be a defensive battle, and it's probably going to be a field position type of game to where we're going to have to do what we can on the defensive side of the ball to help the offense, whether that's field position, whether it's turnovers, anything like that to give the offense momentum every time that they step on the field. But we know what type of defense they got on their team as well. And, we got to expect those guys to go out there and expect to play well because they've been playing well all year as well.
So Rodney, the Colts right now, and this is difficult to say, 2-1 walking into this game. Is there kind of a mindset of, hey, we have a fresh start, we're starting at 0, or is it just we're actually 0-0, we got to get 1-0? How's that working?
It's a mentality. We just have to get 1-0, and we just focus on this game, man. We had to pour all of our efforts, all of our focus and attention on the next game at hand because that's the next task, and it's a big one. And it's solely has a lot to do with division opponent. For us to get to where we're striving for, we have to win Sunday, and we want that banner to go up in the stadium. We have to win, on Sunday to give ourselves a ticket into the playoffs. We have to win on Sunday, and that's where my mind is, man. It's playoff mentality. To be honest, and you normally say that, in week maybe 14, but the way our schedule is, we have we've had a lot of division opponents to start out this season. Jacksonville this upcoming week, and we know we go to Tennessee the following. So it's playoff mentality, man. And the things we spoke about for that Denver game, we're going to hold true this game. We can't afford to have any hiccups, any issues, from communication, eyes, man, all the fundamentals, techniques, the things that we talk about and put emphasis on, we have to be dialed in and locked in this week because Jerraud said it, man, this isn't the Jacksonville of old. They're a good team. They've proven that. They beat quality teams. We're one of those teams. And so it's going to require our best. And if we play the way that I know we're capable of in all three phases for a complete 4 quarters and 60 minutes of football, we'll like the results.
Jerraud, any questions?
I just think it's going to be a defensive battle. I don't even care about what our offense does, kind of what they're doing.
It don't matter. Right?
It don't matter. I'm a defensive minded guy, so I'm excited to see if, especially with you guys, Rodney. Like I said, all year I felt like the defense has been, solid. Not necessarily been great, but as the weeks go on, it just seems like things are starting to click a little better and better and better. So when we get into this point of the year, like I told Lawrence a few pods ago, sometimes at a point during the season, you kind of like you feel it, like this is who we are. Like now I know exactly how this guy's playing. Now I know exactly where this linebacker is going to be on certain calls, so I can adjust. Like you just know how guys are, and I feel like the defense, you're starting to see what we got potential to be, and this would be one of those type of matchups to where, you'll go into the week saying we need to do this and that because of their offense, but at the end of the day, we'll be watching their defense from the other sideline to see who's going to play better, because whoever plays better, that's who's going to win this game right here at the end of the day. So defensively, you like these type of matchups because you got to be better than their defense now.
Thank you for watching Jerraud Powers and I here on Bleav in Colts, part of the Bleav Podcast Network. Don't forget to smash that like button, Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed and tag that notification bell so that you're notified next time we upload a video or go live. And don't forget, you can hit that little red share button. Help us out a lot with exposure and getting our stuff out to more fans. Now, let's get back to the video. Well, there's also a young man who got the most snaps, if I remember correctly, this past week for the secondary so far this year, and that's Isaiah Rodgers. Give us a little, what have you seen from Isaiah Rodgers the last couple weeks that he's been out there?
From Zay, man, I've seen a guy who's taking advantage of his opportunity. More importantly, in the right place, whether it's the run game. I remember him making a huge tackle on Derrick Henry, man, pinning the hip, everything we talk about. And if you know Zay, man, his stature, he's a small guy. He's fast, but he's small. But man, he stepped in there, a lot of courage, man, and I was thoroughly impressed. He's been a very good open field tackler for us. I think it was 3rd and 15 this past game, slant, got turns, tries to give a move, he gets down, and then probably one of the low-key, underrated plays of the game is in that overtime. They hit Judy down the sideline, and Isaiah makes a tackle, man, to give us a chance to line up and play another snap, which, if he misses, he might walk in for 6, and that's ball game, right? So I think it's really him just taking advantage of his opportunities. He has a very good knack for the football. I've seen him make like 2 crazy interceptions in practice, man. And his return abilities, I mean, they speak for themselves. You see him back there, so I'm proud of him, man. He's a young guy, competitive, and just really making the most of his reps when given the op.
Jerraud, last time we played the Jaguars, the offensive line had serious problems with that defensive end named Josh Allen, right? Do you think the offense will have a plan this week against that guy?
I hope they do, but it's another guy on the other side that's dang just as good, and Walker. Like I said, Jacksonville whole like defensive front, linebackers, and all that. Those guys are top notch. So hopefully we know exactly what Josh Allen is, but as a whole, we're gonna have to be sound, man, and make sure that we're gap sound far as integrity and helping each other out, because these guys do a good job in disguising their coverages, disguising their blitzes. Mike Caldwell, their defensive coordinator, he's going to bring pressure if needed. So,
yeah, and
the Bose family tree. So, Bose is a pressure guy in Tampa, and he's a pressure guy as well with Jacksonville.
Absolutely. And I wanted to bring up this past game against the Broncos, Jerraud, where the Indianapolis Colts decided to do a serious flip around on the offensive line for their starters during a short week with no actual physical practice. What are your thoughts about that? What they did there with putting Pryor at tackle and moving Smith to guard?
Just to kind of break it down, and Rodney, you can attest to it. When you're in the secondary, and let's say, Rodney, obviously you play safety, you learn other positions as well, just in case certain things happen. So let's just say, like, Rodney might not be our nickel guy, but if certain guys go down or certain people have to play other things, I'm pretty sure Rodney will be looked at as a nickel guy, be able to play a nickel guy just because he might be familiar with the roles and positions. It's the same thing when we're talking about the offensive line unit. Even though when we see the depth chart and it's just like, hey, he's left tackle, he's right guard, or everybody got your specific positions during the course of training camp, OTAs, practice, during the course of the year, you get moved around at other positions just because just so you can have some type of comfort in case certain emergencies happen. So when we see certain offensive linemen getting shifted around, playing positions that us as fans from the outside haven't seen them play, I'm pretty sure those guys have been prepared to play those positions. And it's not just like I wake up and, hey, we should change the O-line. And even though it's a short week, they'll be okay. Like, these guys have been trained. They're professionals. And nobody that's playing on a 53-man roster is just learning one position. Everybody is having to learn multiple positions unless you're a kicker, quarterback, or running back. Everybody, or wide receiver. Everybody else, you're kind of, should be able to, I guess, move around. I know when I played, I started at corner. When we went sub, I was the start nickel. But if something would have happened to one of the safeties, I was the emergency safety. So, like, being a professional, you have to learn multiple things just in case, because you only got so many guys on the team and so many guys at your specific position.
Wow.
It's hard to get guys off the street to come in and play. So you got to learn something if you want to keep a job in the NFL. You better learn multiple positions. And I think this is the case. So.
Okay. Well, I don't know. We're all waiting to see what the offensive line lineup is going to be this Sunday. There's speculations everywhere. But obviously, Frank and that offense is going to keep that under wraps until the moment of the game. Rodney, I got a off-topic question for you that I generally leave for regular player interviews. But I found that I have yet to ask you or Jerraud this question. Just kind of a fun-loving question. What is your favorite go-to comfort food?
Go-to comfort food?
Yeah.
Crabs.
Ooh.
I'm a huge crabs guy. Not even necessarily the crab legs. Like, I'll settle for that if I can't get anything else. But the whole crab, I'm from Maryland. That's what we do, man. So, next time you guys out in that DMV area, make sure the summertime, you stop and have you a nice little some nice snow crabs. But that's my go-to right there. I feel like it's a time to sit down with family, friends, bond, converse a little bit, and then just eat good food. Have my Old Bay, butter on the side, man. I'm good to go, and probably a cold one or something.
Are we talking home cooked or a specific restaurant?
No, normally, man, honestly, there's so many different spots around the area. And we're talking like little shacks to trailers to like the wharf where you can go and get crabs. More popular during the summer season, of course, spring, summer, a little tougher in the winter. But yeah, got a few locations back at home that I know about.
Okay. Jerraud, what's yours, my guy? Your favorite go-to comfort
My go-to,
food?
I'm from Alabama, so down south we southern soul food and all that. So of course my go-to gonna be some fried chicken, or I'm gonna get on the grill and smoke some chicken. So either way, it's gonna be either smoked or fried, and that's what we're gonna do down here with some mac and cheese, some candy yams, turnip greens. I'm a Sunday soul food type of go-to guy. So if I need some like go-to real quick, it's gonna be some version of a soul food type plate, whether it's catfish, whether it's chicken, mac and cheese, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I love some catfish. I love some fried chicken. My favorite go-to comfort food though is biscuits and country gravy, whether it's sausage gravy, something. I love biscuits and gravy. It's something I was grown up with myself. My grandmother made it every Sunday morning, when the whole family, would come in and gather around for Sunday morning breakfast before church, and then we'd go and that was just this. And then after church, we'd all show up for lunch, and have like 20 people in this little tiny house, but it is what it is. But it's something that I go to whenever I feel down. I need something. I go to that biscuits and gravy, man. I love that. I wish I didn't have an allergy because I can't eat shellfish,
Oh yeah.
because there's been a lot of foods like crabs and lobster and shrimp. I can't even have, So I smell it. The butter, the different flavors of butter that's used for that stuff. It smells so good, but that sucks.
Yeah.
Rodney, you're gonna predict a W, right? Right?
Yeah, I'm just I'm just saying we win it. I'm gonna lead the score to you guys. It's just gonna be a dub in the column though.
Absolutely. Jerraud, what is your prediction for the game?
Lawrence, you've been hitting it with the low scores the last week. I might be on the low score bandwagon with you this week, and I'm gonna say 2013 Colts.
Okay. Yeah, the Broncos game was really close to my score, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I Bleav I had 16-12 was my score.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Game.
Yeah, 16-12 or something like
16-12.
that. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like,
yeah. Well, I've seen two really good defenses and two offenses that were having problems. So that to me seemed like a low scoring game, man. That's exactly how it ended up being. This game coming up, I feel like our defense is going to play better than what it did the first time we mashed up. I mean, we're at home. Come on, right? The crowd is going to play a part. And if you don't, I'm calling Colts Nation out right now. All right. Go out there. While Rodney and the rest of his guys are out there on the field, I want to hear the loudest Lucas Oil Stadium has ever been. We cannot lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars in this upcoming week. All right. I think the defense will probably hold Jacksonville. I'm going to call 17 points. I think that's fair. They're still a really good team. And we can't keep holding teams to like 9 points. As much as we'd love to, that'd be great. I think the offense is going to play a little bit better. I'm going to go. I can't remember your score. 24-17.
2013.
23. I'm going to say 24-17.
All right.
So I'm actually going a little bit higher than you this time. But I got the Colts winning, so don't let me down. All right.
We got you.
All right. I think that'll do it for this episode. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you so much. This was Bleav in Colts, brought to you by Bet Online. I'm Lawrence Owen. That's Jerraud Powers and Rodney McLeod. And until next time, as usual, go Colts.
Do you Bleav?